My name is James Chu. I teach senior school visual communication design from year 10, 11 and 12. I've been at Billanook for just over a year. I came here 13th of July 2015. Yeah, teaching wasn't my first profession. It's not my trade. My trade was graphic design. I've worked in various design houses. I ran my own business. I've worked in a church as a young adults pastor. So I've had quite a bit of a range professionally, and yet through it all, I've always found that I've been able to break things down into smaller bite-sized pieces and being able to get that information out. My basic teaching philosophy is, I think, one about mentorship. I think in my time, I've worked under music directors, I've worked under creative directors, art directors, I've worked under a lot of people, and I've found that I've grown the most with them. Now, they never had all the answers that I needed, because it was very much me kind of coming to them trying to get all these answers, but they were really able to steer me in a direction that I could explore and that was still my own, and really they only had perhaps just a little bit to do with that. And that's what I like doing in the classroom. And more than that, I like trying to connect what happens in this class, in this space and place, to what actually happens out in the real world. Because ultimately, we think of school as, it's really important, and it is, but it forms a fraction of your greater lifespan. And so if we aren't really preparing students for what else is out there, and sure, they'll learn through other experiences, but trying to connect, hey, this is what happens in the real world. And I think that kind of comes through. I hope it does anyway. I love teaching because it's such a, I think about it, say, obviously it's a creative domain so I can express this, but say, you've got clay on a pottery reel and you can do whatever you want with it. Sure, we've got curriculum that we've got to teach and content that we've got to deliver, and yet we can spin it however we want. We can bring whatever creativity we want to that. And my hope is that through that, students go, okay, there is another way that things can be reimagined. And I love seeing the process of students taking their work from here where it's good, and I go, hey, let's make it even better. Let's just refine it. Let's change it. Let's grow it. And then I have a conversation with them afterwards in reflection and go, so do you remember when I told you about this and we decided to change something here? And even before I finish my sentence, they go, yeah, no, this over here is so much better. And again, that whole process of evaluation and reflection, we go, so then why was it better? And you get just a genuine interaction with that. That's something that I wish I had at school, because I think it's a worthwhile pursuit and endeavour when you view teaching like that. I believe the wider Billanook education philosophy is all about authentic engagement with the wider community, be it your staff, your teachers, so both teaching and non-teaching staff, through your students and your parents, and all the partnerships that we form through our exit programs and all that kind of stuff. And it really is centred around, I believe, that whole motto of growing and caring, and really engaging all aspects of life, making sure that by the time that students leave our premises, that they are engaged people, that they've got their heads screwed on right, that they are empathic people, that they show genuine care and love. They're people who reflect and are critically thinking and are engaged in life rather than just spectators. I think Billanook really tries to get across that whole authentic relationship between staff and student and parents. We've got this connectivity that happens, that parents are genuinely interested in how their students or how their children are going, and the teachers are genuinely interested in how their students are going in the classroom, and we call back home and we send emails, and we've got a great pastoral care model. And I think that is something that is really unique to Billanook.